She thought becoming friends with rich girls would change her life. This is how one night changed Zuba's destiny forever. In the quiet town of Okenla, Zuba stood by the dusty window of her dormitory room. Her eyes followed three girls, Adaora, Munachi, and Chimamaka, as they stepped out of flashy cars, each welcomed by well-dressed men who opened the doors, hugged them warmly, and kissed their foreheads gently. Suba sighed. She knew those girls were from rich homes. Every Friday evening, they sneaked out of St. Blessing's Girls' Academy, the prestigious boarding school, to attend parties in town. The girls always returned before dawn, climbing over the back fence, giggling like they owned the world. Suba was the most promising girl in the whole village of Kualanta, tall, graceful, and always carrying a shy smile. Her mother, Mama Zainabu, would proudly say, "My daughter will be the first in this village to go to university," and it wasn't just talk. Zuba had earned a scholarship to the prestigious St. Blessing's Girls' Academy, a school in the city meant for the rich and powerful. Everyone came to see her off. "Zuba, don't forget where you come from. Shine your light, child." She nodded, full of hope, unaware that the city held not just dreams, but traps. St. Blessing's Girls' Academy was a different planet. Girls wore makeup, carried phones worth more than her mother's yearly earnings, and laughed in a language mixed with slang and pride. Zuba felt small, but she worked hard, aced her test, and stayed in the library. The next day was Saturday, the official hair day at the school salon. No one dared enter until the rich girls Adora, Munachi, and Chimamaka were done. They paid the hairstylist double to attend to them first, while the rest of the school waited patiently. But Zuba and her best friend Eniola couldn't afford such luxury. They were scholarship students, two of the only girls selected by Madam Agbeke's Education Foundation. Their families had barely enough to send them money, so Zuba and Eniola usually did each other's hair in simple cornrows under the mango tree beside the dormitory. After making their hair, Zuba and Eniola walked quietly back to their corner in the dorm, but they couldn't ignore the snide laughter from Adaora and her clique. "Say these village monkeys," Adaora sneered, sipping from her smoothie. "They still don't know beauty costs money." Other students nearby joined in laughing. The three rich girls sat at their usual luxurious corner, decorated with flower vases, fancy curtains, and pillows that smelled like imported perfume. Zuba and Enula tried to ignore them, but as they passed by, Zuba accidentally tripped and knocked over a cup of smoothie. "I'm so sorry," she said, shaking as she bent down. "You sorry for what? You think this smoothie is tap water?" Chimamaka snapped. "That's 10,000 naira gone." Zuba gasped. I can't afford that." "Well then," Munachi added with a scoff, "maybe you should walk with your eyes open next time." Zuba walked away, ashamed and humiliated. The next day, while she was reading in class, Adaura strolled over, unusually friendly. "You study a lot," Adaura said, sitting on her desk. "Yes," Zuba replied politely. "Well, next weekend we're going out. If you come with us, we might just let you into our group. Most girls beg for this chance." Zuba looked up, confused. "Where are you going?" Adaora rolled her eyes dramatically. "Are you the only one who doesn't know? We party every Saturday night, school rules or not. Our parents are powerful. Even the security guards obey us." Suba hesitated. A small part of her had always admired the three girls. How they dressed, how confident they were, how they walked like they owned the school. Maybe, just maybe. "Okay," she whispered. That evening, a messenger arrived with grilled catfish and a chilled smoothie for Zuba. "From Odora," she said. Zuba devoured it hungrily. "So this is what they enjoy every weekend," she said to herself, licking her fingers. Adora's father was a senator while Munachi and Chimamaka's fathers were powerful businessmen. Zuba began to feel like her life was about to change. When Eniola returned from fetching water, she was shocked. Zuba, you went to the school salon. I thought we agreed to always do each other's hair. That was before, Zuba replied coldly. Things have changed. So must I. Be careful, Eniola warned. These girls, their kind of friendship always comes with a price. I've been here a whole year, and they've never been punished for anything. Zuba snapped. If I walk with them, I'll be untouchable too. By the next weekend, Zuba was fully part of the clique. They trained her how to walk with grace, speak softly, and act confident. When we go out, said Chimamaka, your looks and behavior determine the gifts you'll get from men. That Saturday night, they snuck through the broken part of the fence. A luxurious car soon arrived, and a handsome young man stepped out, kissed Adaora on the forehead, and opened the front door for her. Zuba, Munachi, and Chimamaka squeezed into the back. They were taken to a mansion so beautiful. Zuba gasped the moment she stepped in. Marble floors, glowing lights, a garden with dancing fountains. Everything looked like it came from a movie. Soft music played as the girls danced with their boyfriends. Zuba stood awkwardly in a corner, remembering her mother's words. Focus on your books. Zuba. Boys are distraction. Stay far from them. Still, the girls looked happy and untouched by consequences. A man approached her with a charming smile. Hello, Angel, can I sit with you? Zuba's heart beat fast. Yes, she replied. I'm Kola, he said warmly. And you are? Zuba, you're beautiful, too beautiful to be sitting alone. Just then, the girls came over, laughing and handing her a drink. Come on, Zuba. You're one of us now. No more shyness. By the end of the night, Kola handed her a new iPhone and bundles of cash. Take this, my angel. Call me anytime. Zuba felt on top of the world. She had never owned a smartphone before. Soon she was sneaking out every Saturday night, like the other girls. Kola called her every day, praising her, promising marriage after her final year. But things soon changed. One evening at the mansion, as other girls disappeared into private rooms with their boyfriends, Kola leaned in to kiss Zuba. She pushed him away. I can't, she whispered. My mother warned me. Then why are you here? He snapped. Return the phone and money I gave you. The next day, her friends mocked her. You're such a child. Your mother, where is she now? But what if I get pregnant? Zuba asked her. Pregnant? Munachi laughed. There are pills for that. We've been doing this for years. Eventually, Zuba gave in. She convinced herself she loved Kola. Every Saturday became a routine, sneaking out, drinking, and sleeping with him. She started taking abortion pills each time she missed her period, but her grades dropped badly, and she always felt dizzy and weak. Then came the day the pills didn't work. Zuba was pregnant again, but this time, no matter how many pills she took, the baby remained. Terrified, she told her friends, You must be cursed. Adaora shouted, Why are your own always different? You've only been with us 6 months, and now you want to ruin everything? They cut her off completely. Alone and pregnant, Zuba returned to Kola's house to confront him. But a woman opened the gate, a woman in a lace wrapper and red beads. I'm looking for Mr. Kola, Zuba said, her voice trembling. The woman looked her up and down. You mean my husband? Zuba felt the ground spin beneath her feet. Her lips parted, but no words came out. The woman squinted. Did you not hear me? I said my husband is not around. And who are you? Zuba's knees wobbled. I, I'm his cousin, she lied quickly, her voice cracking. The woman nodded slowly, eyeing her swollen belly. He has many cousins these days. Wait here. She shut the gate and disappeared inside. Zuba didn't wait. She turned and ran, her heart pounding harder than ever before. That night she didn't sleep. Her roommate Eniola hadn't spoken to her in weeks, hurt by Zuba's betrayal. But now Zuba had nowhere to turn. She held her stomach and cried silently under her bed sheet. Days turned into weeks. Her school uniform no longer fit properly, and her teachers started to notice. One afternoon, during assembly, the school principal, Madame Ronke, called Zuba out in front of everyone. You, she shouted, pointing. What are you hiding under your sweater? Gasps filled the air. Zuba broke down and confessed everything: her friendship with Adaora and the others, the parties, the boy, the lies. Madame Ronke's face turned red with anger. You have brought shame to this school. You, a scholarship student. You are hereby expelled, effective immediately. Zuba fainted. When she woke up in the school clinic, Eniola was sitting beside her, eyes filled with tears. I'm sorry, Zuba, Eniola whispered. No, Zuba replied weakly. I'm the one who should apologize. I let pride blind me. I thought I was rising, but I was sinking. Eniola held her hand tightly. We'll find a way. I'll talk to my aunt in Lagos. Maybe she can help. Zuba was expelled the next morning. She returned to her small town, her belly now fully grown. Her mother fell to the ground when she saw her. Zuba, my only child, what have you done? Mama, I'm sorry. Her mother wept bitterly. Neighbors whispered and stared. The same people who celebrated Zuba's scholarship now avoided her mother's shop. 1 month later, Zuba gave birth to a baby girl. She named her Nena, meaning mother lives again. She cried as she held the baby. I promise to protect you. You won't suffer like I did. Zuba started working in a small tailoring shop, learning quickly. Eniola sent her some money every month from Lagos. Slowly, she began to rebuild her life. No more expensive phones, no more shiny clothes, just her baby, and the hope for a better tomorrow. 3 years passed. One sunny morning, as she was sewing under the mango tree, a black SUV stopped in front of the shop. A man in a suit stepped out. Are you Zuba? Yes, she replied, confused. I'm from Hopewell's Foundation. Someone nominated you for our single mother scholarship program. If you're ready, we'd like to sponsor your university education. Zuba covered her mouth in shock. Tears flowed freely. Who, who nominated me? The man smiled. A woman named Eniola. She said you're the strongest person she knows. Zuba looked down at her daughter, who was playing with stones and humming joyfully. That day, she smiled for the first time in years. Not the kind of smile you fake in front of rich girls, but the kind that comes from healing. The grass may look greener on the other side, but sometimes it's fake grass. Choose the hard but honest path, and you'll never walk in shame. A temporary mistake doesn't define your future. Your courage to rise again does. Share your thoughts in comments below